Hi everyone. Sorry I'm not here today. You can tell from the sound of my voice why I'm not here. But I did want to go over your homework with you, at least one problem, because I know we didn't get to go through quite everything that we wanted to yesterday, and I just wanted to make sure you're clear on this stuff. So, this is the first problem from your homework last night, and I'm going to walk you all the way through. The very first question says to draw a scatter plot, okay? This is really just making a graph. And you'll see here what I did for you is I laid out what I would number by. Up the side, I did my Y values. That's always your second set of numbers, and I numbered in twos. I counted by twos up the side. And then for diameter sort of annoyed me because I needed to go up to 18 inches, and there were 16 lines here. I wish my graph would have been a little longer, but I went ahead and counted by twos, and it's just going to be kind of a crunched graph. The one thing I do want to point out is, for some reason, when we get to these graphs, a lot of students want to just put these numbers on the graph. Like they just list these numbers down the side and these numbers up the side and just plot those points. This is a graph like any other graph, so we have to count by like a regular interval. They don't have to match, okay? They don't have to be the same. You'll notice this one, each line is counting for 2, and the price I actually labeled by 1. Every line is $1. I just only numbered every other one so it just didn't get too crowded. So, and now I'm just going to plot them. So 6 and $1.50 would be, let's see, 6 and 1.5 would be like right here. 8 and $3.50. So that's going to be, there's 3. So halfway between would go about there. It's okay that these are approximations. 12 and $6.95. Would be almost to 7. 16 and $9.95 would be just shy of 10. And then 18 and $11.50. Let's see, there's 11, so $11.50 would be there. Okay, so that's what your graph should look like, something along those lines. Okay. Now to get this part, the equation for the line of regression, that's where you're going to pull out your calculator. Okay. So I would go to Stat, and then Edit. So the very first one, Edit. I'm just hitting Enter there. If you've got numbers in there, you can go up to the top and just hit Clear and Enter, and that will take care of the whole thing. So Clear and Enter down at the bottom, and that empties it out. In List 1, I'm going to put my diameter. So 6, 8, 12, 16, and 18. In List 2, I'm going to put my prices, and I'm just going to put them as decimals. So 3.5, 6.95, 9.95, and 11.5. Okay? Then to get my equation, I'm going to go back to Stat, over to Calc, and then option number 4, line of regression. On mine, I have this screen. I have to go down here and hit calculate. On some of them, if it just comes up looking like that LinReg thing up at the top, you can just hit enter. Remember that the A and the B are the things I need for my equation, and it's telling you here where they go. Okay, so my equation for the line of regression, and I kind of used up my space here, so I'm going to put this over here, would look like this. Y equals 0.825x and then minus 3.22. So those numbers came from the A and the B here. That's my equation for the line of regression. Okay. Then it says interpret the strength of the relationship. The strength, that's where you're saying is this strong correlation or weak correlation. And for that, I'm looking at my R value, not R squared, but R. And my R value is 0.99. So we would say that's very strong. Okay, interpret the slope in context. This is now going back to your equation and specifically the slope number. Remember, the slope is like your M, okay? And I want to know, what is that 0.825 telling me? And we talked about the layout of this sentence yesterday. So this would be for every one of my X values, so that's the diameter. So for every inch in diameter, and then I'm going to say what effect it has on the other variable. So every time I add an inch in diameter, the price, does it increase or decrease? Well, since that's a positive number, I would say it increases by, that's going to be about 83 cents, okay? If I round that. If you had said $0.825, that's fine too. But that $0.825, that's really talking like 82.5 cents, okay? So that's my general rule. For every inch in diameter, the price increases by 83 cents. Then it says draw the line of regression. You don't have to actually like calculate where this would be. I'm okay with you just kind of sketching. Now remember, this line doesn't usually connect the dots. Just this one's really close to being in a perfect straight line, so they're all going to lie really close to that line. Okay, but that's all you would have to do there. So now go ahead and try number 2. Okay, if you haven't done it yet, you're going to have to figure out your years since 1985 are going to go down here on the bottom, your number of travelers up the side. But remember, you're not just listing these numbers. You've got to like count by a specific interval and figure out how you can fit these numbers on the graph. Okay, so if you didn't do that yet, go ahead and do that now. And then your assignment for today is just to do 3-6B, which is another worksheet just like this one. Try that one in class, turn it in today so that I can look at them tonight and see how you're doing. And then the rest of your class time should be used to do your Chapter 3 review.